Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why it's important to shut your mouth and not blab your ideas, especially if you've never executed them, right? So, one of the biggest temptations you're going to have is that you'll want to ask the people that you know, friends, family, maybe teachers, whether your idea is good or not. And I'm going to say that's the biggest mistake you'll ever make for several reasons. One, there's that Henry Ford quote where he says, if I had asked people what they wanted, we would have gotten faster horses, right? And imagine if you were Henry Ford at that time asking if my thing called a car is a good idea or not. And so, anytime you want to make a mark in the society, you pretty much will piss off most people because this is how most people are. They want to feel important about themselves. So they want to feel like they're the arbiters of what's good or not. And it's not just this society, it's in every society, right? Like, you name one society where people don't do this, I'll probably move there like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I'll tell you why this is the biggest mistake and why it took me so long to achieve a certain momentum of success, right? Back 10, 15, possibly 20 years ago, I can't remember, every time I had an idea, I would always want to share that idea with other people. I'm like, oh, is this a good idea? Like, let me bounce some ideas off of you. And invariably, they would just be rejected. Like, oh, that's just bad. That's just bad. And one of the reasons why I was able to gain momentum and success is because there just became a certain point in my life where I was just really tired of being poor, and I realized, I just did some self-examination. It's like, why am I so poor, even though I grew up in a rich neighborhood? It's because I can't learn to shut my effing mouth, right? And so one of the things that I just started to do is not tell anybody my ideas and just execute. And that's a very hard thing, especially in today's society, because we're basically trained by our society to share everything, to the point where like it makes no sense. Your Twitter X thoughts, your Facebook posts, Instagram, YouTube, even YouTube social media, like you got to share everything, right? And that is essentially a big mistake because what happens is that before you even get started, people will, people like, here's my theory about other people. They know whether your idea is good or not. And because they secretly don't want you to see you succeed or do better than them, um, they're going to poke holes in your new idea or whatever it is, and then make sure you never get off the ground, right? So the hardest part in in the success journey is just getting off the ground. And once you get off the ground, then it's easy to kind of to reach the heights of success, right? And so basically, what I do is I always just execute, and I execute for a certain amount of time, and then I see if, oh, have I gained success or not. And if there's clear signs of success, that's when I start to tell other people, hey, do you think my idea is good or not? Right? It's like you make $1 million in business, and then you tell other people, hey, like, I'm thinking of starting this business idea. Do you think it's good or not? And then you get to tell, like, you get to see, you have to have like clear spidey sense of what people's agendas are. Because here's the thing, they might still tell you it's bad, but you see from a much clearer place whether it's from a good, you know, um, good heart or not, right? But when you just tell people your idea from the very beginning, you don't know what their agenda is. It's weird, right? And so I kind of think of this very similar to how banks don't lend you money when you need it, right? So when I first heard that concept, I was like, that's very counterintuitive. Like, I want to go to a bank because I need money. Who goes to the bank because they don't need money, right? And then once I heard that from like an instructor that I was taking classes from, I was like, huh. So I got to kind of do this the opposite of way that I thought I should do it, right? Like, I get the money when I don't need it, and then that's, long story short, why I have over $258,000 in lines of credit, right? Because I did it the right way, and I gained success first, and then I borrowed the money, right? And that's true with a lot of things in society. But what I'm saying is that you essentially have to learn to shut your mouth, do the thing that it is that you're trying to do, gain some success, and then ask other people whether it's good or not. Don't ask other people whether it's good or not in the beginning. Ask them after you've gained success whether your thing is good or not in the end. And the most important reason why you need to do this is because you become immune to other people's criticism, right? Like if you're starting out 17, 18, and you're sharing your ideas and blabbing them with all the people that you know in the world, and your thing that could be incredibly amazing is shot down by the people around you, that is essentially your fault, right? Especially as an adult, you have to look out for the landscape, the lines in the field. You got to look out for all that, and you got to also be very emotionally in tune as to what other people's agendas are. And they might, the other people with the agendas, they might not even realize that they're like that, right? But the most important thing is that you don't let anybody shoot down your takeoff when you're ready to take off and be successful. And that's how I essentially started this channel. Because think about it, I did not tell a single soul that I started a YouTube channel called Korean Atlanta Mentorship. You know what I did? I just went to like Fiverr. Hold on, let me go here. I just went to Fiverr. I paid somebody to create a logo for me, and then I took some courses on marketing and started creating thumbnails on Canva, right? And I just did not tell a soul. I just keep uploading videos again and again and again and again. And then once I started getting some traction, right? Some people found out by themselves. Then I start to ask people like, "Hey, do you think this is good or not?" And if they tell me it's bad, it's like, yeah, right. Because people are telling me I'm the best, right? Actually, let's just do this. Let me type in best here. Let me scroll down. Bu- 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 You're the best at explaining the velocity banking concept. Thank you. If I scroll down, um, let me scroll down. There was one. Thank you. Great explanation of the system. Is the spreadsheet available? Best I have seen. Right? So you do your thing first, you get your feedback from random strangers, and then you ask the people that you know, hey, is this good or not? Because the results will speak for themselves. And, I hate to say this, but a random stranger will be more supportive of you than the people that you've grown up with. Hence, prophets are not welcome in their hometown. Kind of sad, right? I mean, I made a video about this about W. Edwards Deming, where he presented his ideas of quality control in manufacturing, rejecting the United States and had to go to Japan to share those ideas. Kind of sad, but that's really that's been the struggle of life, I guess, since from the beginning of time. All right, well, this is Korean Atlanta Mentorship. Again, why is it that we should not share ideas with the people that we know in the beginning is because if they start to become critical, we don't know whether the criticism is coming from a good place or not. But once we gain that success, and then we share those ideas as if they're new, we become immune to that criticism, right? It's like I said before, it's like if you start a business and don't tell a soul, and then you make $1 million, and then you ask other people, "Hey, I'm thinking of starting this business," which you already secretly did. Is it good or not? Then you get to see like what other people's intentions are. And there's no, even if they tell you it's the worst idea ever, you already made the $1 million, right? So you just become immune to other people's criticisms. Like I know it sounds intuitive, counterintuitive, but it's like the idea of how banks only lend money to people who don't need it, right? Like it took me years to understand that concept fully, because I was like, why in the world would I go to a bank if I if I have the money? That makes no sense. Right? Anyways, well, so this is Crane Atlanta Mentorship. Just another success tip, pro tip about how to navigate your life. And some of this is related to the book, The 48 Laws of Power. I might go over that book, especially rule number one, in another video. But yeah, so have a great day. It's actually 1:25 a.m. right now. I'm going to crank out another Velocity Banking video because for some reason, I guess I'm just addicted to making these videos at 1 a.m. nowadays. But have a great day, and we will speak next time.